What is the difference between product manager, project manager, program manager? Evidently, there's a lot of demand in these three roles and people are confused like what does each role do and which career should we choose? Like which career is related to us and which role I would be good in? That's what we are going to answer in this video. All right, these roles have a lot of similarities, but I'm going to try to explain you what of these career look like and what does this each role look like. Once you decide that, okay, I feel like I'm good at project management, let's start with a very simple and a basic example. Again, you can correlate this in the software world if you want to, but I'm going to try to make it simple so anybody and everybody can understand. Imagine a customer comes to you and says, I want to organize a birthday party. Now, obviously you might have already organized a birthday party or like a fun event or something like that. That's why I feel like everyone is like a product manager or a project manager or a program manager, but let's get into specific of like how these like role played out. So for example, if this is a company organizing birthday parties or events, for example, and one of the event type is birthday party, then account manager, sales manager, etc. will go to product managers and project managers and say like, hey, here's a customer request. I would like you to be the product manager of this birthday party. Please go ahead and move forward. Now, again, product managers works with several different roles. So I'm going to try to kind of include those roles, but I might forget some of the roles, but hopefully you'll get like what product manager is supposed to do. So this product manager gets assigned to the customer saying like, all right, okay, I'll organize your birthday party. And they really understand the customer problem. In this case, it's not really a problem, it's a customer request. So they really understand what is that customer really want to get done. If you are the product manager, you're going to be like, all right, what kind of person you are, what kind of pain points, what do you like, what makes you happy, what makes you angry, all kinds of, you're trying to understand more and more about your customer. Then you're trying to ask like, okay, do you like cake? What kind of cakes do you like? Oh, you like really realistic cake, which looks like a real object, but it is like a cake. So it has a delusion effect on it. Okay, you like DJ, or do you prefer a fire pit and people are like more casual, just chatting? Or do you prefer like a dance floor or karaoke, etc.? So all this process where you're trying to understand customers' problem, pain point, request, that's called product discovery, product requirements gathering, and so on. So this is where product manager shines. This is where product manager has to do the main job. Really understand what is that customer wants. Once they understand the business outcome, then they figure out a solution. They propose a solution. All right, I think this is what the ideal birthday party will look like for you. What do you think? And then they get the feedback. And then once, it's like, okay, I really like what the vision you come up with for my birthday party. And I want to go forward with this birthday party. If you are organizing for this customer, but maybe there's another customer you are organizing, their requirements is different, and maybe this customer has a sub customer which is his mom and dad and brother. Maybe the brother has some issues with loud noise. So you understand different user personas which are involved in this product, which is in this case birthday party. So your job is to create the user personas, map the user journey, understand the requirement, understand the pain point, and then come up with the solution. You as a product manager figures out business vision. What is the business vision? What is the customer that want? And what is the customer's job that they want to get done? Now, product manager can be split into many roles. And like I said, I'll probably make a separate video for deep dive into this. But to give you an example, let's say a UX researcher or a UX designer. For example, I'm talking to the customer. The UX designer would be with me to understand, all right, what is the color theme would you want for your birthday party? Oh, purple. Okay, great. We'll, make sure to add some purple theme kind of things. What color kind of cakes flavored would you want? Okay, chocolate is your favorite thing, so let's make sure that we get chocolate. And what is the object that you want? Like they might say that, oh, I want like Marvels. I'm a big fan of Marvels, and I want the cake to look like with the Thanos that gloves with all the Infinity Stone. I was like, okay, cool. So now the customer's requirement. UX designers take that and comes up with like color palette. Like, okay, this is what the lighting will look like. This is how the stage will look like. Here's where the entrance will be because it'll be more efficient, whatever. So that is what the UX designer's job is. UX researcher job is. In a way, like the requirement gathering I'm doing, that could be done by business analyst in a way where business analyst is the one who's writing the functional spec once the product manager defines it. So there's like a lot of these in minor roles in the product world, but small companies like mine, I do all of it. I do business analyst, product owner, I run the scrums, I also do UX design, UX research, I get to the customers, I also do the vendor selection, all of that. So in smaller companies, you get to do a lot. So that's why a lot of people prefer to work in a smaller companies, because they get to learn a lot more, versus if you work in Microsoft, Google, Facebook, you get to do like change this button, you're a product manager for this button. I'm just kidding, but like, you know, you basically work on a very small tiny thing, plus you have like 1,000 other people at your disposal, and you use all these people to do their specific things, and that's how the product world works. Now that you understand that is what the product world does, let's understand project world. Okay, now that you know what the party will look like and what the party should have and what the customer wants, and you have the vision for the birthday party, execution is where project management comes in. For example, they want DJ. Okay, so your job is to make sure, select the vendors. Now, some companies have product managers who select the vendor, like mine, but some companies, project managers are responsible for selecting the vendors. Maybe in some companies, it is the coordination between the vendors, making sure they're in the budget, finding the 5 vendors, coordinating with all the 5 vendors. All of the execution part of it is what project manager does. For example, of the cake, Thanos one, you want this cake. Your job is to make sure they do get delivered 1 hour before, so there's a plenty of time, etc. DJ shows up like 2 hours before, does all the sound check, etc. And that is happening. You're monitoring the party while it's going on, so you're like, okay, everything is okay, there's enough food, and there's catering is happening, the caterers have plenty of backup options, etc. So that is what, like, the execution is where project manager comes in. A lot of coordination, a lot of communication, etc. But there's also something called risk management, which comes with project management, where, for example, let's say Thanos cake, right? Like, what if when you are bringing that cake and it falls off, or what if the vendor doesn't deliver? There's a risk, right? Like, there's a risk of not meeting that requirement. So you, as a project manager, figures out what is the risk mitigation plan. So in that case, you're not the one who's doing the work, but you are the one who's like, okay, what is my risk mitigation plan for this execution? You might go back product manager saying like, hey, if this happens, what is our plan B? This is our plan A, what is our plan B? Okay, they said that chocolate is their favorite thing, so at least have some backup place where you can quickly go within 5 minutes and get the chocolate cake ready, etc. Whatever that is. Maybe electricity, that if the electricity runs out, your risk mitigation plan is to have a generator which, you know, is already all filled up, and you are ready. If it goes up, then it will kick off the generator, so the party goes on. So you as a project manager has to make sure all the risks are defined. You are checking on all the blockers. Like, for example, a lighting people came in when they're setting up the light, and they're like, my blocker is that I need extension for this light setup. So you as a project manager make sure that they have the light. So you will figure out, however that's a blocker, get someone who can go outside and run and get it. Maybe it's yourself, because sometimes you might have to do this, right? So that is another role of project manager. Finance is another part of the project management. For example, customers have said that my total budget is $5,000 for DJ. Your job is to make sure that DJ gets done, settled, everything, all of their cost includes in $5,000, including transport, etc. Whatever they need, everything needs to happen in $5,000. Now let's say the party is happening, and then uncle and aunties are like, hey, we want like karaoke, or we want live performance of the DJ. Maybe DJ happens to be a singer, or he knows a singer, and it's like, can we get a singer, or can you do the rap? Can we get the karaoke set up right now? That part, DJ is like, yeah, I can do that, but it's going to cost you another $1,500 for that additional thing you are asking. You are like, at the project manager, like, whoa, let's hold down. Like, you know, this is going to increase the cost, and let's figure out the alternate solution, and let's bring it back to the product manager. Like, hey, this is the requirement. Like, what do we do, etc. So you are the one who's also managing the finances. Same thing if you think about in the software world, the scope creep. This is called scope creep, where you have the requirement and scope planned out, and then some stakeholders will come like, hey, I want this feature, or I want this button to do this something different than what was said. Engineers will be like, yeah, sure, we can do it. It's going to cost you another 5 weeks. Cost can be money or time or resources, right? So you as a project manager is managing that, monitoring that, reporting back to that. So all of that. So that is what project manager does. Now you might be asking like, okay, I get project manager is execution, how the birthday party is organized, why and what is the product manager. Now what does program manager does? Now imagine this is just one birthday party and there's another birthday party happening. So there's like maybe 3 birthday party. Combining that, the program manager is responsible for all 3 successful birthday party execution. So each of the birthday party will have a product manager, project manager. Program manager is going to coordinate with both product manager and project manager, make sure everything is going fine. They are doing exactly what project manager does, but for all 3 birthday parties, and project managers are reporting up to program manager to make sure like, yep, here's the status, here's what's going on, and then program manager is responsible to go up to higher level like stakeholders and telling them like, okay, here's the 3 birthday party and here's the total cost and here's how much money we'll make and all of that. Program manager has a sub role of project manager. Project manager has scrum master, project coordinator, assistant project manager, etc. That is how the hierarchy works. Maybe it's not the same birthday party. Maybe there's a birthday party, wedding party, baby shower party, and all of 3 combines one revenue unit for the company. And that is what the program is. And so program managers' job is to maintain all of those, report back up to it. So very similar to project manager, they also do risk management, they also do communication, they also do reporting, but on a leadership level, on like a program level, not just for one project, but like multiple projects, and overall how the program is doing. So for example, company might say like, hey, we have to hit 15 events and one of the program is going to have 5 events in it. So if your program, which is 5 events, if that fails, then overall the company vision fails as well, because the goal was to get the 15 events. So now that you understand product manager, project manager, program manager, let's talk about what are the skills which needed. There are lots of similar skills like communication, soft skills. All of these are like very, very interchangeable, transferable skills. So product manager can easily become project manager can easily become product manager. Same for program manager, can obviously become project manager, but can also become product manager, because the skills are very, very related. The key difference is the product manager works on the vision, what and why. So that is where the research comes in, the tools like Figma and figuring out the user journey and all of that. And then project manager is focused on the hard skills. If we are talking about time management, coordination, risk management, project management tools, making sure the tickets are created and the graphs, like the reports are there, and they're tracking the time and cost and finances and all of that. So there are all kinds of different reports. They know there are different tools like Jira and Confluence and all of that. For product manager, there are also tools like Figma and Miro and Lucid Chart or something like that. So there are like hard skills, but again, I'll deep dive into it when I make a video on roadmap to become one of these career. I hope you can relate to one of these roles and you can say like, all right, I think project manager is my thing. I love execution. I care about coordination, managing people and telling them what to do and making sure that you report back. And if there's problem, you take care of it. Product management, where you think about vision and you want to come up with an experience for the customer, like what is their birthday party is going to look like. You love the nitty gritty of planning this product. So that's who you are. They both are achievable. They both are doable. I've made videos for both the roles. I've done podcasts with people from mechanical engineering moving to product, industrial engineering moving to project management. So watch those podcasts. Let me know which career you are interested in one of these roles, and I'll make more detailed videos, deep dive version, because there are several other roles which cover under this, like product owner, scrum master. There are certification for both of them. There are free courses available, etc. So there's a roadmap which I'll build for you based on, whichever role you are interested. So let me know in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video, I highly recommend you to watch this one, which is roadmap to internship. And then I also watch this one, which is kind of more deep dive into product management and all of that. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, keep smiling and keep hustling. Gotta hustle every single day.